Welcome back to Coffee Break. So happy to have you all here again.
Episode 3. And today's topic is not just any topic. We are going to talk about something that truly changes lives, achieving your goals.
A topic that matters to every single person on this earth. Because every one of us has something they want, something they dream of, but the path to get there is not always clear.
And in this episode, we will not only talk about goals, we will talk about the real barriers that stop us from reaching them. And we will learn how to break them in English and in real life.
Let us start with an honest question, Sakura. How many times in your life have you said to yourself, I will start tomorrow?
Ha 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 ha. Oh, do not ask me that question. At least 100 times. Tomorrow I will start exercising. Tomorrow I will read the book. Tomorrow I will learn something new. And tomorrow never comes.
And that is not weakness. That is something every human being struggles with. But the real question is, why do we delay? What makes us stand still while our dreams are waiting for us?
That is a very deep question, Obito. What do you think?
In my experience, whether in my work as a police officer or in my personal life, I discovered that the biggest enemy of a person is not time, not money, not circumstances. The biggest enemy is the inner voice that says, you are not ready yet.
Hmm, that inner voice. We all know it. It tells you you are not smart enough, not talented enough. This is not the right time. And you believe it and you stop.
And in psychology, they call this self doubt. And it is more dangerous than any external obstacle because it comes from inside you.
And I live this myself. When I decided to launch this podcast, there was a voice in my head saying, "Who are you to teach people? There are thousands of teachers better than you. Why would anyone listen to you?"
And what did you do?
I decided to try anyway. I told myself, even if only one person listens and learns one single word, that is enough. A beginning does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be.
That sentence is so important for our viewers. Beginning does not need to be perfect, it just needs to be. How many of us have not started because we are waiting for the perfect moment?
And the perfect moment never comes. Because perfection is an illusion. Life is full of challenges and obstacles, and a successful person is not someone who waits for perfect conditions.
In judo, my teacher taught me something I have never forgotten. He said, the fear of falling is what makes you fall. When you are afraid of failure, you become stiff, you stop, and you make mistakes. But when you accept the idea of falling and keep going, you learn how to get back up.
Wow, that applies to everything in life. Learning English, work, relationships, dreams. The fear of failure is what stops us from even trying.
And I want to ask our viewers a direct question. What is the dream you've abandoned because of fear? Write it in the comments because writing it down is the first step to facing it.
And let us talk about the second barrier, and that is the opinion of others. How many people have stopped chasing their dream because someone told them, "This is impossible. This is not for you. Do not waste your time."
And sadly, sometimes these words come from the people closest to us, family, friends, not to hurt us, but because they themselves are afraid.
And in English, there is a very powerful saying: do not let someone who gave up on their dreams talk you out of yours.
Very powerful. People see the world through their own experiences and their own limitations. But your dream is bigger than anyone else's limitations.
And the third barrier, and the most dangerous one in my opinion, is comparison. We live in the age of social media, and every day we see successful, beautiful, happy people, and we compare ourselves to them.
And comparison slowly kills ambition because you will always find someone better than you at something. Always.
But what you do not see behind those beautiful pictures is the years of work, failure, tears, and long nights that brought that person to where they are today.
The only useful comparison is to compare yourself to yourself. Are you today better than you were yesterday? That is the only question worth answering.
Obito. These words need to be heard by every person in the world. The only useful comparison is with yourself. And I want to say to every viewer right now, you are on your own journey. Do not compare your first chapter to someone else's finished story.
And the fourth barrier, the absence of a clear plan. Many people have a dream, but no plan. And a dream without a plan is just a wish.
And how do we make a clear plan? It is actually very simple. Break your big goal into small goals. For example, my goal is to speak English fluently. That is a big goal. But if I say, I will learn 10 new words this week, that is a small and achievable goal.
And when you achieve small goals day after day, you build confidence in yourself. And that confidence is what always pushes you forward.
And remember, every great person in history started from zero. They started with one small step. The difference between those who succeeded and those who did not is not talent. It is that the first group never stopped.
And I want to say something important to everyone listening right now. If you feel stuck, if your dream feels too far away, if life does not seem to be giving you a chance, know that this feeling is temporary. The darkness you feel right now is not the end of the road. It's just part of the journey.
And I believe in one thing with all my heart. Every person has something they can give to the world, something unique that no one else has. Your mission is to find that thing and to never stop until you share it.
And learning English is a step on that path. Because language opens doors, doors of work, knowledge, connection with the world, and every door that opens is a new opportunity.
So, the people watching this are not just learning a language, they are building a future. And that is something worth every effort and every minute. And now we will teach you how to talk about your goals in English in a powerful and impactful way.
Sentence 1. State your goal clearly. Say, my goal is to, for example, my goal is to speak English fluently by the end of this year. Sentence 2, talk about your plan. Say, in order to achieve this, I will, for example, in order to achieve this, I will practice English for 30 minutes every single day.
Sentence 3, talk about your challenges honestly. Say, the biggest challenge for me is, for example, the biggest challenge for me is believing in myself.
Sentence 4, talk about your progress. Say, I have already, for example, I have already taken the first step and I will not stop now. And the last sentence, say it with power and conviction. I believe that if I stay consistent, nothing can stop me.
Say that last sentence to yourself every single morning, not just because it is English, but because it is the truth. And now, vocabulary. Obito.
Always ready.
The first word, goal.
Goal means something you want to achieve and you have a plan to get there. For example, my goal is to change my life for the better.
The second word, self-doubt.
Self doubt means not believing in yourself, that inner voice that tells you that you are not enough. For example, self doubt is the biggest wall between you and your dreams.
The third word, consistent.
Consistent means steady and regular, the person who never stops no matter what happens. For example, stay consistent and the results will come.
The fourth word, overcome.
Overcome means to successfully get past an obstacle or a fear. For example, she overcame her fear and started speaking English with confidence.
The fifth word, deadline.
Deadline means the final date by which you must reach your goal. For example, set a deadline for your goal and take it seriously.
And the last word, believe.
A believe means to have complete trust in yourself and your ability. For example, if you believe in yourself, half the work is already done.
Well done, Obito.
Thank you, Sakura.
Episode 3, challenge, write 3 sentences in English in the comments.
Sentence 1, Gartishin, your goal. For example, my goal is to speak English fluently.
Sentence 2. Your biggest barrier. For example, my biggest challenge is self-doubt, but I will overcome it.
Sentence 3. Your promise to yourself. For example, I promise myself I will not give up.
This challenge is not just English practice. It is a real promise you are making to yourself. A promise in English in front of thousands of people. That makes it stronger.
We will read every single comment, and we will encourage every one of you personally, because you are not alone.
I want to say one last thing before we finish. If you are listening right now, and there is a dream in your heart that you are afraid to chase, take a deep breath. And remember, you did not get here by accident. You are here because there is something inside you that wants to grow. Do not let it down.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today.
Do not forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell.
See you next time on Coffee Break.
Bye, everyone. Your dream is waiting for you. Go get it.